Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
It's an avalanche of fun. It's funny and it's fast. This is the Friday edition of Ace and Friends. Can't hear anything. Y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Do I sound good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You look good.
You sound okay.
Thank you.
Dressed in yellow. Hey, don't stress. Wear a yellow dress.
Hey.
What?
You never heard that?
No. Is that a saying? Mm-hmm. I've never heard that in my life.
Don't stress. Wear a yellow dress.
Okay.
Ace in yellow today. Looking like a big old banana.
But it's not yellow. It's
like
lime.
green, yeah.
It's more of a green.
Okay, are we going to split here? It's more of a lime? Is that what you just said to me?
I certainly would not call that yellow at all.
I wouldn't either, Rob. Thank you. That's why I was confused.
Okay.
It's not yellow at all.
You look like a damn highlighter. It's what you look like.
It's green. It's a
Okay.
green golf shirt.
All right. I'm saying it looks good. I mean, if you want to pick it apart.
The green Gatorade, is it green or is it yellow? The original Gatorade, is it green or is it yellow?
It is.
Oh my God, my wife and I've had this conversation.
Yeah.
It's
I
green.
remember. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's green.
I think so.
Not up for conversation. It is green.
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah. Oh, I had to share something with y'all that I found out. A member of the radio family named Samantha DM'd me yesterday and goes, "Oh my God, never thought about the buggy. Sometimes I just lay stuff in there without a bag."
Oh, the grocery cart thing?
Yes. So yesterday we were talking about grocery carts. Riggins reminded us, I guess it's a TikTok that's gone viral. And Riggins said, "I've known this since I was 15 and worked in the grocery store, that people put their kids in there and sometimes poop gets all over that. And so you should never put groceries in that."
Yeah.
And she said, "I heard that it's changed everything for me," because she said, "Sometimes I just, without even putting them in a bag, I'll lay them up there."
Yeah.
I also never use the little wipes they have for the buggies, like, to clean them off. I never use those, but I will now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't use those either.
You have opened my eyes.
Yeah,
really.
I know. Sorry.
No, it's probably for the best.
I thought the same thing yesterday, Rob. I'm going to start using the wipes now. But yeah, so you're having a positive impact on the
good.
on the American people, Riggins.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
I have waited for this day. And to be perfectly honest, this day would have already come earlier, but I forgot. I bring you drunk DJs. DJs drunk live on the radio. And it is spectacular. Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. We're here with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and he's ready to save you some money, get you some money with an instant equity line of credit. How does that work, Richard?
Best product ever. We take a little bit of your information. We find out if you get an offer or not. If you get an offer, you can decide what you want to do. Get your money 4 days later. Pay off credit cards. Do home improvements.
I've done it. It's super simple. And again, start to finish, 4 days, you get your money. HomeWithRichard.com is where you get the process started. It's HomeWithRichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
This is Ace and Friends.
Seldom have I been this excited to play something for y'all because I am madly in love with this piece of radio biddage. Many years ago, I received from another DJ friend of ours what are called the drunk DJ tapes. And they're DJs drunk. Somebody compiled these from around the country. And they're fantastic. It's guys drunk on the air. So this first one, we'll only have time to do like one at a time as we go through a couple during the show today. But this is from, I believe, Hartford, Christmas night, 1985. It opens with the news segment leading into the talk show of a guy by the name of Mark Davis. Mark Davis, the drunk DJ.
Of the Mark Davis Show here on WTIC 1080 Radio in Hartford.
Here he comes.
It's 17 degrees. We have 8 o'clock. Our time right now, our temperature right now is windy and cold degrees tonight. Our temperatures are flurries, lows 5 to 10 degrees tonight. Tonight can be cold degrees with a high of 16 degrees. We'll have a complete 10-day AccuWeather forecast following the news. 10 degree temperature right now is coming up on 17 degrees. Sicily's Mount Etna, Europe's only active volcano, blew its top unexpectedly this Christmas Day, this December 22nd, and at least one man has been killed. Philip Till reports, at least
What was that?
What was that? They dumped him. Somebody just came and goes, just hit the button and get out of here.
Just get out of there. Christmas night, December 22nd.
It's Christmas Day, November 22nd, December 22nd.
It's currently windy degrees.
Yeah.
He was trying to work in degrees way too much.
Yeah, that weather forecast was all over the place.
Yeah.
Is there 70 degrees? And then 70 degrees? Let's see. Yeah, that was just the end where they cut it back off again. Let's see if we can back it up a little bit more.
10 degrees tonight. Tonight can be cold degrees with a high of 16 degrees. We'll have a complete 10-day AccuWeather forecast following the news. 10 degree temperature right now is coming up on 17 degrees.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
It's a question Riggins has asked me many times. What are you doing at the post office?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, this video has gone viral. It's spectacular. Next, hang on.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Ace and Friends.
So things change from generation to generation. There are things that the generation before me did that I'll never do. There are things that I do that Riggins and Rob cannot understand.
Yes.
One of those is going to the bank.
All the time.
I don't go to the bank all the time. It's just if I'm going to the bank. Well, sometimes I have to deposit money into an account that I'm not really involved with, and I just have to go to the bank. That's called paying alimony.
Yeah, right.
I don't facilitator.
I don't have to do that, but I do that because it's easier for me. It makes more sense. I deposit my ex-wife's alimony check because then I know exactly when it goes in. As opposed to, it just makes it easier for me.
Okay.
I mean, it's a wonderful convenience for her, but it makes it a lot easier for me. But this is a viral TikTok that is kind of sums it up.
I have a question. What am I doing wrong in my adult life that I don't go to the bank? I don't go to the post office. Like, why does my mom or my dad, why do they always have to go to the bank or the post office? Or my boss, she's like, oh, can't make our meeting, gotta go to the post office. Like, why? What do you gotta do? I don't remember the last time I went to the bank or the post office. No, the last time I went to the post office was because I was in middle school and I was with my mom and it was like a stop on the way to soccer practice. I don't have to go to the post office. What am I doing wrong in my adult life? I got my own place, I make my own money, I do my own chores, but my chores don't involve going to the bank or going to the post office.
So true. What are you doing? Why are you always having to go there?
Well, do you mail many big packages?
Yeah. No, not many.
Okay, when you do, how do you do that?
Take them to like the UPS store.
Okay, that counts as going to the post office. That's the same thing.
The post office is a place.
Right, but if you have a package and you go to a UPS store, or like there's a mail it place right here that I drop things off. It's not the actual post office, but it is a place that accepts stuff for the post office. Okay, that's what you're doing.
Once a year, I have to do that.
Okay. But I do more of that. I do a couple of times a year. I do that. Or we get an Amazon package; it has to be sent back.
Yeah,
take it up there.
Yeah, the Amazon going back is what gets me the most.
Yeah, Amazon going back, or there's a I think the Belk department store chain. You can drop them off. They have a thing there. You can drop them off. But that's the equivalent of going to the post office.
Understood. But you were indignant when I said, "Why are you going to the bank and the post office all the time?" You go, "I don't. Everybody does that." And I go, I don't know. It just seems like a lot. Well, and this was reassurance that I am not going crazy, and I love it.
It's bank, post office, or giving blood.
Right, those are Ace's major.
That's what I do. I go to the bank, the post office, or I'm giving blood.
Right. That's true.
And also, when you run a business, you have to go to the bank sometimes, or go to the post office sometimes.
You can do it all online.
Or go give blood sometimes.
You can do it online.
You can't do it online because
you don't know why, do you?
There are dollar limits. I don't want to say sometimes there are dollar limits on what you can do, and you have to go to the bank to do stuff.
Oh. What does that have to do with this show? Shouldn't be a problem.
Ace and Friends.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time, about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your Social Security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. You know, we have a lot of listeners calling in and taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in 1 day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Yes, it's the news, but this time, it's all good. This is the good news with Ace and Friends.
There's a little girl in the UK who saved her big sister's life by donating bone marrow to help her beat blood cancer. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Their parents joke that, now there's nothing big sister will ever do to her. She'll never be able to mess with her. Like, imagine, Riggins, if you could tell your middle brother Kevin, hey, you're only alive because of me.
Oh, yeah. You hold it over their head forever.
Yeah, like, you would be dead if it weren't for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's fair game.
My friend Eddie, his girlfriend, Vicky, then girlfriend, now his wife, they turned out to be a perfect match for kidneys. He's like, I can't leave her. Can't cheat on her, can't do any of that stuff now because she gave me a kidney.
She's got the upper hand in that relationship.
More good news. A chiropractor in Oklahoma is in the news because he specializes in working with animals. Now, I don't really understand why animals need a chiropractor, but I have seen this guy on TikTok. He's done adjustments on everything from dogs to chickens. And there's now a video of him cracking a giraffe's neck. That was on Instagram Reels. He said when you neck and this whole thing, it's just crazy to see. And a firefighter in Buffalo, New York, named Anthony Pulvio. Hey.
Oh, Anthony Pulvio.
Gabagool,
oh my God, a real paisan.
He helped a puppy that got hit by a car last month. The puppy didn't have a collar or any ID, but he said that's okay. He took it to a vet, and the puppy's going to be fine.
Oh, nice.
And here's the best part.
Tony.
The puppy now has a forever home.
Oh, good.
Anthony, he decided he adopted her. He took her home with him.
Got a good sauce going, get a puppy. It's all about a bing. All in a day's work. Tony Palumio.
So that is the good news. So, Riggins, my new game idea that I sent you yesterday. Do we have something to play?
Yeah, I've got a couple examples.
Okay. I call it, do you believe it, the gossip game. It debuts next.
Ace and Friends.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good? Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
So it's rare that I try to bother everybody in the afternoon, but riding down the road yesterday, proof that I'm working nonstop, I said, oh, wait, here's an idea. And I messaged Riggins with an idea called, Do You Believe It? The Gossip Game. It's pretty simple. Riggins will share pieces of celebrity gossip, and we get to determine, Rob, and Riggins can determine also, do we believe it? So do you believe it? The Gossip Game. So play along at home.
So here, just a couple examples.
Yeah.
This person, my mom was an extra on the set of the movie, is it Twister with Helen Hunt?
Yeah.
And I was visiting her on set. I was like 14. I asked her for an autograph, and she had my mom and I ejected from the set.
Oh.
Helen Hunt.
Do you believe it?
I do.
You do, Rob?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've always thought she seemed a little cold.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I disagree. I said there's no way, but it's so specific.
Yeah.
That part of me does believe it.
I don't believe that.
You don't want to believe it.
Maybe that's it. I don't want to believe that anybody would treat someone like that just for asking for their autograph.
And I bet Helen Hunt would love to have somebody ask her for an autograph
right
now.
Right. Okay. Do you believe it? The Gossip Game. What do you have?
Ryan Reynolds used to cheat on Alanis Morissette with a hostess at a Mexican restaurant in Vancouver, Canada.
No.
A lot of people don't remember that. Ryan Reynolds and Alanis Morissette.
Yeah. Okay. I love Ryan Reynolds, and he seems like a really nice guy, but he would have been much younger then. I believe it.
I do too.
I believe it.
I do too. Real handsome.
Because they're Canadian, and they said that happened in Vancouver.
Yeah, right.
So I believe it.
It's got to be true.
Yeah, it just seems young, You're as good looking as Ryan Reynolds. Maybe it just takes a while to kind of become of age, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
A girl I went to high school with told me that her aunt and uncle lived next door to John Stamos and Rebecca Romaine Stamos, and they allegedly had what they called naked parties.
I do not believe this at all.
I think I believe it.
I think I do too. Hollywood weirdness. John Stamos.
Really good-looking people.
The source is a girl that she knew whose aunt and uncle apparently live next. She's never met them. They know that she has the aunt and uncle. I'm not gonna.
That's what gossip is. It's through the telephone, through the grapevine.
But I get to determine whether I believe it or not.
I understand.
This one I don't believe. I think something else would have come out about that if they were having actual naked parties.
Okay.
But y'all both believe it?
Yeah. I think I do.
Oh. Okay.
Well, freaks. I believe it.
That's fun. I like that. Do you believe it? The Gossip Game.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
It's not that far, but yet it's too far. How far is too far? Next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
It's a simple question I saw online yesterday, and I thought, okay, that's interesting, because a lot of it depends on how big your town is. What's the question? How far is too far when you're driving across town? Like, at what point do you make the determination, oh, that's just too far?
I think that's easy to happen.
Like, I could get that. Let's go to this restaurant. That's too far.
In town, but you're still in town?
It's in your same town, but it's just like a part of like I was too far to go just for that. Just for one thing. I don't go to that part of town just for one thing. It's too far. What's the amount of time when you're driving?
Like 20 minutes.
Okay.
I think that's the benchmark for me. Is if it's over 20 minutes.
I was thinking 15.
Yeah. Okay. I knew Rob's was going to be the least of all. I usually give you 30.
30, it feels like it shouldn't be. If it takes that long to get to it in town, 30 minutes.
Mainly because my drive to work used to be 35 minutes every day from the suburbs into the city of Charlotte. Now I have a second job working for a company a couple days a week, and it's 45 minutes away. It's a 45-minute drive. Sometimes on the way home, if I go in the afternoon instead of the morning, it's over an hour to get home. Yeah. And I think of that all the time because there's some cool stuff in that part of town. It's still in town, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm
not doing that. That's way too far.
Yeah.
So for you, Rob, somebody said, hey, we're going out to eat tonight. Let's go to that great restaurant, but it's over 15 minutes away. You're like, that's too far just for that one thing.
Yeah, I think for an example for me is there's a escape room that's in Fort Mill, but it's almost Tega Cay. And
which for everybody that would be an hour from here where we are right now.
Right. So, and then from Fort Mill to the edge of Tega Cay is about 15, 20 minutes. And even there, like if we were going to get some food, I would suggest somewhere closer than there.
Huh. Yeah, 15 minutes.
But there's only a 5-minute difference. For you, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
The theory would be you would go do that if you had something else to do in that part of town also.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I needed to go to if the mall are there, if I needed to go to this particular store, we'll go to the store and then we'll go eat there because we can do more than one thing. But for one thing only, that part of town's just too far to go.
I think so. I can find it closer.
20 minutes for you.
20 minutes.
Wow.
20.
Yeah, I would usually give it probably 30 minutes because I'm used to driving around the distance of town a lot.
Yeah. Now, I will go to the Taco Bell in Tega Cay. That's different. It's about the only one.
Oh, an exception to the rule.
Taco Bell is, it lives outside of the rules.
I was going to say, in Rob's world, I think Taco Bell is probably the exception to every rule.
Mm-hmm. Those sweet gorditas. I will travel far and wide for a taste of that gordita.
But what, Rob? No more. You wouldn't go 30 minutes for it, would you?
No.
Yeah, 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, like when I lived in Charlotte, I wasn't near a Little Caesars. The closest one was like 20, so I never got Little Caesars. But I love Little Caesars.
Would you drive? But you drive 20 for Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. See, Taco Bell is the exception to every rule in Rob's world.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
This is Ace and Friends.
For about a 9-month period, I lived in the downtown area of not a major American city, but a big-sized city. Charlotte's a big city. It's like the 21st biggest city in America, and I loved it. But there's a phenomenon that Riggins had told me about because Riggins lived uptown and he has a dog also. When he was out walking his dog, he was like, you see chicken bones everywhere. You got to watch out for that. It's like, when I go out in town, I don't see chicken bones at all. Then miraculously, once I moved there and was walking the streets and sidewalks every day in different areas, there are a lot of chicken bones out.
It's remarkable.
But it's weird. I don't know how that works.
I don't either.
But it happens, and this TikTok is going viral because it's problematic for people.
Every time you throw a pizza crust, shrimp tail, chicken wing out the window, and you're like, oh my gosh, back to the earth, natural. Just know that there's a girl somewhere with her hand halfway down her dog's gullet, scooping that out. So have some respect.
Yep.
Been there.
Girls and guys.
Yeah, Amanda had that happen. Toby, the Basset Hound, when we lived uptown, she was walking him one of the first times, and he saw a chicken bone that she didn't catch it in time, and he chomped that, and she had to jump down and grab him.
Yeah.
Fight him for it to get it out of his mouth.
The dogs always see it first, obviously.
Yep.
So you just probably don't notice it unless you're walking a dog, but they find them, and they're everywhere.
And maybe that's what it is, that once you're walking the dog, once or twice, you start keeping an eye out for them all the time. And it seems like they are everywhere.
They're all over the place. And it just leads to a lot of questions, like who's eating wings on the road and then like ditching the bones in the street? I mean, it's just, I want to be seated eating chicken wings. I don't want to drive and eat chicken wings.
It's not easy.
I always assumed it was homeless.
No, I picture them like literally throwing it out the window for some reason.
Rob, you have eaten chicken wings while driving?
Well, when Taco Bell had their chicken wings, I did eat those while driving, and that was the first and last time that I've eaten chicken wings while driving.
Yeah, I think I've eaten chicken wings while driving before, but it was a long time ago.
I have never.
It's difficult to do.
Because I like to dip and messing with the flats. You got two bones now. But it's so weird.
And it's hard to find a place where the ranch will sit stably
right.
in the car while you're trying to eat wings.
Yeah, and you got your hands got buffalo sauce on them. It's like a whole scene.
If you're going to eat wings in the car, you've pretty much got to go all drums.
I think so.
Yeah,
because the flats, like you said, then you got two bones now, and that's a hassle.
Yeah. I'll house like half of a rotisserie chicken when I'm driving though. In the car. Just start ripping meat off the breast
because you can peel it off.
Yeah,
and just have the little piece of meat.
The chunks of meat.
So you just put you go to the grocery store, then just put it next to you in the passenger seat.
Yeah, open it up. Yeah, and then just start tearing in. Usually the breast part. And just start ripping. Pieces, chunks of it off. Yeah. A little snack, a little treat for doing such a good job at the grocery store.
Ace and Friends.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi. What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
This is Ace and Friends.
So this just came up a second ago. If you missed it, we were talking about eating chicken wings in the car while driving. Is that the most difficult in-car food to eat?
Soup, I think, would be harder.
Oh, I didn't even count soup. I just meant something you normally eat with your hands.
Oh,
I wasn't going to count anything with a bowl like soup or cereal.
Would be tough.
Yeah, I have seen somebody in the car eating cereal. I think in the morning driving one time, bowl, spoon, knee up under the steering wheel, kind of, and then quickly drop the spoon and put the hand back on the wheel.
Well, but like an open-faced turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a sandwich, why would it be open-faced if you're in the car driving?
Just an added challenge.
I always think tacos.
Yeah, because you turn your head.
You turn your head, and a little bit, because there's no way, at least in my world, there's no way to eat a taco without food falling down into your lap or something like that. That's difficult.
Burrito's much different, as we know from that Google Earth picture where they caught Rob eating a burrito in the car.
That's a true story. There's literally a Google Earth photo of Rob got behind the Google Earth car and it took a picture of him. We were able to find it one day where he was exactly where he was in town, and he's eating a burrito in the car.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, the burrito's kind of made to be eaten on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. for sure.
Yeah, and especially if you get a crunchy taco, it's just you can't even try to eat that.
Yeah, soft taco is okay because you can kind of roll it like a burrito, and you don't have to turn your head to the side. But yeah, I like the crunchy taco.
Yeah, because you can kind of balance that straight up and down.
Yeah.
But if I get tacos, I like crunchy taco shell.
I do too.
So, taco harder or wings harder?
Wings, still wings.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you think?
Because there's dipping involved, and it's gonna.
But
you're making a mess.
There doesn't have to be dipping in it.
I beg your pardon. I believe that there does.
I also think that with a taco, you can use the wrapper it comes in a little bit behind it to keep stuff from falling out of it too.
Now,
Yeah, maybe.
I think because of the head tilt, when you bite it, it breaks apart. That's the breaking apart seems to be the biggest problem that I have with eating a taco while driving.
Yeah, I'm sure there's shredded cheese all over my car.
Well, and not necessarily from a taco.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, there's no telling how it. Because you only eat lunch in the car, pretty much, right, Rob?
Unless I'm trying to eat at home a lot more, so then I just go home and eat. But that's an hour drive. Sometimes that's not feasible.
So, you used to eat lunch in your car a lot.
Yeah, I did.
Most days.
Yeah, I would say most days I used to for sure.
And just like brush stuff off into the floor.
Well, I'm not brush stuff off. It just kind of like falls off of it when.
But I mean, if it falls on the seat, you just brush it off on the floor.
Yeah.
Could we collect a full cup of cheese from your carpets in the car?
I don't know that you could now because I did clean my car a little yesterday.
But there was a time.
There was a time.
There was a time for sure.
There's a lot of shredded cheese in my car. It's like, what?
More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
Sometimes kids are funny. Sometimes they're super annoying. And they don't really understand how things work. This video has gone viral. This TikTok has gone viral of a toddler who didn't understand exactly what had happened with her dad. Listen to what she was telling all the kids at the daycare.
You got fired.
No, I did not.
You got fired.
No, I quit.
Oh.
I didn't get fired.
You got fired.
No, I didn't.
That reminds me of Riggins and his.
I know.
Yeah. I love her when she goes, "You got fired."
I didn't get fired. I quit. You got fired.
You got fired.
Well, shut up.
When probably 15, 16 years ago, we left one radio station in the mothership market of Charlotte and moved to a different radio station. And in doing so, there was what's called a 6-month non-compete where we were not on the radio in Charlotte. We were still on the radio. We were still doing, all of our other stations and all that kind of stuff. And I remember trying to explain to my daughter, who was in middle school at the time. She's like, "What do I tell people that you got fired?" I didn't get fired. I am going to be on another radio station. I'm going to be back on another radio station. Well, what radio station are you on now? Well, I'm not on one now because we have what's called a non-compete clause. She was like, "So what do I say when people ask why you got fired?" You tell them I didn't get fired.
Yeah, well, non-compete when you're in middle school, you got fired.
So, let me explain to you. And finally she got it. There was quite a while of like, what? So Skylar's mom's going to ask me why you got fired.
Yeah.
Do tell her I didn't get fired.
Have her call me. You know what? Better yet.
She's got my number. That's what we're supposed to say. I didn't get fired.
Yeah.
But I love that little girl. You got fired.
You got fired. Little jerk. No, I didn't.
I'm going to call you a liar. That's my favorite story.
Liar.
And again, one of my favorite parts of that whole experience was when our contract was ending, they politely asked us to leave a week early. It's what they do in radio. They still pay you for the rest of it, but they tell you don't come back.
Mm-hmm.
That's so you cause a scene, right? Typically,
yeah, because some DJs when they get fired will cause a scene on the air.
Yeah,
and I remember we were loading up our stuff, and Riggins was like, "I just got a full-time job. And we just got fired.
I just got my first office.
We didn't get fired.
We got fired."
More Ace and Friends coming up.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way he put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi. What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them all at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
This is Ace and Friends.
I pride myself on being someone who knows a little bit about a lot of things. Just enough to start a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So, along those lines, I give you some things you might find interesting. Just a collection of interesting notes. For example, the average American ignores the check engine light in their car for 4 months before they do anything about it.
4 months?
4 months is the average. Now, 20% put it off even longer, between 6 and 18 months. And most people say, yeah, I know that it probably makes it worse. But a lot of times I don't want to deal with it. I don't have the money. So 4 months is the average amount of time.
It's insane.
Is that too long or not long enough for you, Rob?
I check it the day it happens.
Really?
The range of things it could be something that doesn't matter at all. It could just be like a low tire or something.
Right.
Or it could be like your engine's going to fall apart right now. It would bring me so much anxiety to just let it sit around.
That surprises me though, Rob. I'm surprised that you are one of the people that jumps on that immediately.
I can't. I don't know. It's just weird for me. I can't let it sit.
Okay.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Something else you might find interesting. There was a picture posted online on social media that someone took while they were at an Aldi store, and it looks like someone, while perusing the bacon aisle at the Aldi, opened up a package of bacon, took a bite out of it, and then sealed it back up and threw it down. Now, a lot of people aren't sure that it's a bite, but a lot of people have said, no, that looks like a bite mark.
Ugh.
That's raw bacon.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Ew, that is a bite mark.
Yeah. You see it, Rob? You looking at it now?
I don't like that.
Yeah. It does look exactly like a bite mark, doesn't it?
Also, this bacon it's shaped like a lunch meat. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. But it is 100% true that it does look like a bite mark.
For sure a bite mark.
Yeah. And last thing you might find interesting, science has finally figured out why beer tastes better cold. Cooling it down arranges the molecules in a different way, so you taste the ethanol a little bit more. That's
gasoline.
good because it's slightly bitter but also sweet. With warm beer, you don't taste it as much.
I love the flavor of ethanol.
Yeah.
Thank you, nerds. That was a good analysis of why we like cold beer. Shut up.
Well, just say why it tastes better cold.
Because of the ethanol? Give me a break.
Well, you're saying they're not. That's not correct.
No, I'm not. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. Do you have a better answer?
Yeah, it's cold. We like cold things. We like drinking cold things.
Because we're not damn Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not damn England. We like our beer cold.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. Egghead, stupid.
More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
I just found out something off the air that makes me very happy, because I just found out I'm not the only person that gets emotionally charged at one particular portion of the Toby Keith song, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
I know you said that yours is when the bells start ringing in, right? Like,
yeah,
you can hear him in the background, and it's about when he puts it into overdrive. When Uncle Sam.
Yeah, I was just pointing out. Riggins loves that song, but he always kind of makes fun of where he said, "We'll put a boot in your ass and see American way."
Yeah, that song does it to me, and any of the Creed upbeat songs will really get me jazzed.
Okay, jazzed. In an emotional way, Rob?
I'm just like, I'm ready to do whatever I'm about to do when these songs come on.
Oh, damn.
It just gets me going.
Let's start a fire. Let's burn something down.
Nickelback also has that effect on me whenever it's like the really fast songs.
But the only reason this would get to me, the Toby Keith song, is because of the patriotism behind it. It's like, his dad sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that part's cool, but it's not, it's just...
And he's, well, Uncle Sam, but your name... And I'm like...
He's just really into it. Like,
I want to just scream out, F yeah!
Whenever there's somebody who gets that into whatever they're singing, you can always tell. Like, there's some people who just phone it in. Toby Keith did not phone it in.
He did not phone that one in, for sure. Yeah, that's a good point. And you're right. When you listen to some Creed, Scott Stapp, can you take me higher?
Mark Tremonti on the guitar.
Oh,
come on now.
Killing it. I get it. We're going to go home and make a Creed, Toby Keith,
Nickelback,
mixed playlist.
Ace is white, if you didn't know. Ace is a white guy. A white male. Some would say very white.
Quite.
Quite white. That's what the name of the playlist should be. Quite white. Toby Keith and Creed. Yeah, I think so.
You can just see the infomercial. Yeah. Unbelievably white. Available on 2 CDs.
The whitest artists of all time on one 4 CD compilation.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Creed.
That's amazing.
What is the song? Is it Hold Me Now? Is it called Hold Me Now? Is that the name of the song? I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking.
I don't know exactly. That's
so far down. That's one that I'm just like, go.
One Last Breath. That's the one.
Yeah.
Whew. Whoa, my God.
All these songs have in common, they start slow and then they build to something.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that Toby Keith song.
Yeah.
I could want to cry every time he gets to that part. It's so stupid. I know that's dumb.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenics. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
This is Ace and Friends.
I've got another round of drunk DJs for you. K-Pop San Diego. I think this guy's name is Stephen Kinney. He is clearly hammered while trying to do a newscast. K-Pop, I believe, is an AM station or was an AM station in San Diego. Again, these are from the 80s. Most of these are. Here we go. He's supposed to be
It's 2:05. I'm Stephen Kinney with K-Pop San Diego News. Paramedic problems. There is no threat to public health, but a just released report on San Diego's paramedic system finds there are problems. includes problems with communication, supplies, and San Diego's morale. Report spreads the blame. A brighter fracture. Take two.
No, hang on a second. Take two. No, sir. You're live.
No.
You're on the radio.
No. Take two.
San Diego, 205, coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Again, he's live, counting it down. San Diego, 205, coming down in 3, 2.
No. Take two.
You're on the air.
Paramedic problems. There is no threat to public health, but a just released report on San Diego's paramedic system finds there are problems, and that includes problems with communications, supplies, and public morale.
It's like a tongue twister. A lot of P's in there.
He's going for public morale.
Splum. This is real ugly. K-pop. 205 coming down in 3.
Start over again.
2.
All right, so this is the third time he's done this now on the air. This is ugly. Here we go.
Paramedic problems. There's no threat to public health, but a just released report on San Diego's paramedic system finds there are supplies. That includes problems with communications, supplies, and morale.
And morale.
Take three. Supplies and personnel problems. Hello. Man.
That's one of my favorite things
That's
ever.
A mess.
Yeah.
Ace and Friends.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time, about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your Social Security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move it. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. You know, we have a lot of listeners calling in and taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Ace and Friends.
Teddy Rob, you and Meredith getting married. Would she take your last name?
I think so.
Okay. Is that a big thing for you?
No, I don't really care.
Riggins, for you, is it a big thing if she doesn't?
Yeah.
She says, hey, I don't want to take your last name. I want to keep my own last name.
Yeah, that would bother me.
Would you take her last name?
No.
Okay, well, this girl's gone viral on TikTok because she has a different idea here.
I've been saying this for forever, but when two people get married, they should take the cooler last name. It doesn't matter, man, woman, man, woman. I don't care. Okay? Person with the cooler last name wins. Like my mom, her maiden name was Thomas. She didn't stand a chance. No offense to any of the Thomases out there, but she was doomed from the start. She was going to take the man's last name. She couldn't really take her stand in feminism at that point. Me, however, I have a very cool last name. My last name is Pantusco. You guys think I'm changing that? No. It's cool, and it's fun, and I like the fact that I have to spell it out and pronounce it for everyone I come in contact with. I'm willing to do that for the rest of my life. I will die on this hill.
Pantusco is
There's no way I keep that last name. Hello.
Yeah, if you want to, tear at the fabric of American society, go right ahead.
Hey, listen. Yeah, I mean, I get it. If you have like a really bad last name and you don't want to take it, I get it. But yeah, that's just kind of the way things work, unfortunately.
When I saw this, Riggins, I thought about you because I thought about you going to your dad. And I go, hey, by the way, and it doesn't change anything, but I'm going to take her last name.
Would he not go to your wedding at that point?
No, he'd still go, but he would definitely.
He'd say something about it.
I would imagine. Probably not to her, but
I was gonna
to my
ask,
mom.
Would he want to? Obviously, he would talk to your mom. Then would he want her to ever communicate their displeasure and try to convince your fiance to not do that?
I don't think so. They don't like getting involved in that way.
Yeah.
But they would definitely be talking about it behind my back, understandably. There's that country singer that has a famous dad, and he like dropped his name so he could be his own person. I thought, how disrespectful to your dad, like your legacy. I hated
Thomas
that.
Rhett.
Yeah, but
That's who it is.
Part of that I kind of understand in that scenario. Because
he did it. He wanted to stand on his own.
Yeah, you didn't legally do it. Like your last name legally is still this other thing.
Yeah, Akins.
But you just do it because you don't want people to have this preconceived notion of who you are as an artist.
Yeah,
So you didn't know. So if your son said, "Hey, I'm going to be a singer, but I'm going to use my first name and my middle name and not my last name," like Bret Michaels of Poison, that's his. I think it's his first name and his middle name. Or Tommy Lee, I know it's his real first name and his middle name. He just dropped his last name. No, that's not okay either.
No,
you
it wouldn't be cool with me.
Your last name.
Yeah, I mean, it's respect for your parents and your legacy and your family. I just think it's crazy disrespectful. But
well, I mean, I have a slightly different opinion, but I go through life being known as Ace. So
yeah,
your last name's TJ.
Right, that kind of sums it all up.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
This is Ace and Friends.
Man, there's a lot of cool stuff happening this weekend. I don't know about today, but tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about horse racing, but I always want to watch the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it's something you watch.
The 150th. God, I would love to go to the Kentucky Derby one.
How long is the actual race?
Like 46 seconds or something.
Yeah, so like,
something ridiculous.
It's a longer race. These horse races are a little bit longer. Let's see. I went in time. I think it's like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, but there's like hours of lead up to it. It's insane.
But that's part of what makes it exciting.
I disagree.
It's all the hype for like this really quick race.
I'm sorry. It's 2 minutes. It's known as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Since 2013, the average time for Kentucky Derby winners is 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Have they ever seen the last 2 minutes of a Super Bowl that's really close? I mean...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to top this excitement. So that's happening. I want to go. That's one of those things I would love to go, like legit. Maybe go both ways. In the infield, they say it's a rager, like Talladega infield style rager.
Really?
And then, it's apparently the infield at the Kentucky Derby is pretty wild. Mm-hmm. Probably not Talladega because I don't think they're not allowed to camp out overnight in the infield at Churchill Downs. Yeah. But then I would love to go once, like as a guest of somebody where you go in the legit. You've got to you dress up, get a brand new suit, and roll in the middle of it. Like you get there at noon. The race isn't until 6:45, and you hang out and have lunch and drinks and blah blah blah, and all that build for this race that you've probably, you've got to put a little money on it at that case.
Just for fun. Sure.
Yeah, I'll drop a hundred. Let's put 100 on a horse. Or whatever.
Yeah. You got to wear them goofy looking hats, though.
The women do. The men don't.
The men, I'm looking on their website. They have the goofy tan looking hats and like a old man Samuel L. Jackson hat.
Yeah. I mean,
I can find a cool hat that worked. I can find a hat that worked. Is a fedora allowed in that scenario?
That's the only hat I can think of that I've seen a guy wear. Maybe a fedora. Is it a fedora?
Would you allow a fedora in that moment? And that tradition. I know you're very anti fedora, Riggins, but if
you're cool enough, I mean, if you're like Tom Brady, you could probably pull off a fedora. If you go to Kentucky, no, I would steer clear of the hats.
But that's what you're supposed to wear hats.
I don't see a lot of guys wearing hats.
I don't either. But I'm just saying, if that were the tradition,
no, you want to keep it pretty. You want to stay pretty mainstream.
Yeah, you're saying no hat,
nice suit. You look nice in a suit,
right?
So that should be enough.
That's it.
Yeah, I would not go hat.
You should wear one of the big floppy hats like the women wear when you go.
Yeah,
that'd be sick, dude.
Always appreciate your input, Rolf.
More Ace and Friends coming up.